Part 1 begins at Outpost K-17, a lonely human and alien station floating above the violent red clouds of Varex Prime. And from the first moment the mood is tense and dangerous because warning sirens scream through the metal halls, telling everyone that something has gone very wrong. Cadets rush through corridors, slipping on polished floors, gripping weapons they barely trust, while alien officers shout orders in sharp, clicking voices, and in the middle of all this panic lies the reason for the alarm: Containment Hangar 9, where a creature known across many star systems as the Apex Beast is being held. The Apex Beast is not just another alien animal. It is a living symbol of fear, a monster bred on a death world, designed by nature and cruelty to be unstoppable. And the alien races believe it represents the peak of survival, something that no thinking being can truly control. As the hangar shakes, the beast slams into its energy field, and every movement of its massive body feels like an earthquake, its armor plates scraping, its many legs digging into the floor, its jaws opening to release a roar so powerful that lights burst and glass cracks, sending a clear message that this creature was never meant to be caged. Around it, hardened alien soldiers who have fought in countless wars begin to step back, their confidence breaking, while human cadets are ordered to stand still, even though fear crawls up their spines and their hands shake. Many humans fail to hold their ground, proving that fear is a universal language, but one cadet does not move, and her name is Mara Vale. Mara is not described as special in appearance. She is young, human, small compared to the towering aliens and the massive beast, and she wears no heavy armor or advanced weapon, which makes her calm presence even more striking. She stands quietly, near the containment field, helmet under her arm, eyes steady, not showing anger or pride, only focus. And this calm becomes important because it directly contrasts with the chaos around her. Commanders shout at her to step back, warning her that she will die, but before anyone can force her away, the Apex Beast suddenly changes its attention and locks its many eyes on her, sensing something different. At that moment, the energy field flickers, showing that technology, which so many races trust blindly, is fragile, and when the field collapses, panic explodes into violence. The beast charges out, smashing through defenses, tossing alien soldiers aside like toys, tearing apart machines meant to fight wars, proving that every terrifying story told about it was true. Plasma fire fills the hangar, alarms howl, and bodies fall, yet in the center of this storm, Mara does not run. She steps forward, and this simple action shows a key human trait, the choice to face fear instead of fleeing from it. As the beast lunges toward her, jaws open wide enough to swallow her whole, time seems to slow, and in this moment, everyone expects her death to become a lesson about human weakness. Instead, Mara does something no one expects. She whispers a single word, a word so small and simple that it almost feels foolish in the face of such danger, yet it carries deep meaning rooted in human history and behavior. When she says, "Sit," the impossible happens, and this moment becomes the emotional heart of the opening. The Apex Beast freezes, its roar cuts off, its massive body trembling as if struggling with an inner conflict, and slowly, unbelievably, it lowers itself and obeys. Silence falls over the hangar, a silence heavier than the noise before, as soldiers and commanders stare in shock, unable to understand what they are seeing. This obedience is not shown as magic or advanced technology, but as a result of something deeply human: understanding behavior, reading fear, and responding with calm authority rather than violence. The beast is revealed not as pure evil, but as something shaped by how others treated it, and Mara's success hints that humans have learned lessons from their own world, where they once faced dangerous animals and chose cooperation over endless fear. This moment also subtly introduces a larger idea that will grow later, that humanity's strength does not come from size, raw power, or cruelty, but from patience, empathy, and courage under pressure. As Mara exhales, relieved but still focused, the story quickly reminds the reader that this victory is small compared to what is coming, because even as the hangar stands frozen in awe, a deeper alarm echoes through the station, announcing that enemy fleets are arriving, linking the personal moment between a cadet and a beast to a massive galactic threat. This ending reinforces the structure of the opening by first drawing the reader into a tight, intense scene and then pulling back to show that the danger is far greater than one monster, setting the stage for a war where humanity will need the same calm strength on a much larger scale. The battle was intensifying across the asteroid belt as the alien warships surrounded the human fleet with terrifying precision, their weapons cutting through space like lightning, and explosions rocked the void, sending debris spiraling in every direction. The cadet Lyra, now at the center of the chaos, could feel the heat of the situation pressing down on her, yet her mind remained sharp, analyzing every movement of the enemy, predicting their attacks and coordinating with the human pilots around her. The aliens were fast, deadly, and relentless, using strange energy pulses that cut through shields and tore apart the hulls of even the most advanced human cruisers. And many seasoned pilots fell in seconds, their ships turning into blazing fragments drifting silently in the void. Lyra's squadron had been tasked with a dangerous mission: to break through the enemy lines and reach the command ship controlling the alien fleet. She knew that if they failed, humanity's outposts in this sector would be annihilated, and the survivors would have nowhere to run. Her pulse quickened as she gave orders, dodging a massive plasma cannon that scorched a nearby asteroid, sending a shower of rocks in all directions. Lyra's instincts, honed from years of relentless training, guided her through the chaos, weaving her ship through narrow passages between debris and enemy fire with precision no machine could replicate. Meanwhile, the apex beast, a gigantic alien creature bred for war, appeared above the battlefield, its roar shaking the hulls of the human ships as it charged forward, tearing apart human fighters with ease, seemingly unstoppable. Lyra froze for a moment as the massive creature loomed, recognizing the fear in her fellow pilots as their weapons barely grazed its thick armored hide. But she did not panic. She remembered her training, her unyielding belief in human ingenuity, and her courage. She knew that brute force alone would not defeat the beast. Drawing on her bond with her squad, she coordinated a plan that combined precision maneuvers, synchronized attacks, and clever tricks to manipulate the battlefield, using the asteroids and debris to create traps and funnel the alien ships into disadvantageous positions. As the apex beast roared again, shaking the very core of the nearby ships, Lyra's voice cut through the comms, calm but commanding, telling her squad to hold fire and focus on positioning. She edged closer to the massive creature, her heart racing, yet every movement was calculated, every breath deliberate. Suddenly, she remembered a technique from her training, a psychological method to disrupt alien instincts, something humans had discovered after studying the apex species' behavior patterns. Whispering the single word "sit," a word meant to assert dominance and calm the creature, she projected her voice with the neural com in her helmet, letting her confidence and presence amplify its effect. The beast hesitated, its massive claws pausing mid-swipe, and the roar that had filled the void died in its throat. For a heartbeat, all was still. The alien fleet faltered, confused by the sudden change, their coordination breaking down as their ultimate weapon stopped in place, obedient to a human's command. Lyra's squadron seized the moment, striking with surgical precision, disabling key alien vessels and creating openings for the human fleet to advance. Space was alive with fire and debris, explosions painting the darkness in red and gold. Yet amidst the chaos, humans displayed resilience, courage, and ingenuity that no alien machine or creature could match. Lyra guided her ship through the battlefield with relentless focus, dodging energy blasts and weaving between floating wrecks, all the while keeping her squad aligned and ready. Every maneuver she made showcased human adaptability, creativity, and determination, qualities that the alien species had underestimated. Even the apex beast, towering and terrifying, now followed her subtle commands, proving that humans could influence and dominate creatures bred to destroy. The alien commanders, seeing their apex weapon falter, began to panic, sending ships into reckless assaults that played directly into the humans' traps. Lyra's mind raced, analyzing every opportunity, every weak point in the alien formations, and she directed human firepower like a master conductor leading an orchestra, orchestrating chaos into precision. With the apex beast subdued, the human ships pushed forward, their confidence bolstered, and the alien forces found themselves struggling to adapt to tactics they had never seen from such a small and fragile species. Lyra felt the thrill of victory mixed with the tension of the ongoing battle, knowing that while this success was significant, the war was far from over, and the lives of countless human colonies still hung in the balance. Yet in that moment, with the apex beast under control and the human squadron moving with synchronized precision, the tide of the battle shifted, showing that even against overwhelming odds, human courage, intelligence, and unity could turn despair into triumph. The battlefield became a testament to human resilience, where creativity and heart outshone sheer strength and intimidation, and every pilot, every soldier, every cadet felt the surge of hope that maybe, just maybe, humanity could survive and thrive against the most terrifying foes the universe could throw at them. The final confrontation erupted above the shattered remains of the asteroid belt, where the human fleet, battered but unbroken, faced the alien command ship, the massive, ominous vessel from which all the coordinated attacks had originated. Lyra, still riding the momentum of her earlier victory over the apex beast, led her squadron with unwavering focus, knowing that the fate of countless human colonies rested on this one decisive strike. The alien ship loomed like a black mountain, its hull bristling with energy cannons, shield generators, and hundreds of smaller fighter drones that swarmed around it like a deadly storm. Human pilots darted between debris, dodging plasma blasts and counterattacks, their ships scarred and smoking, yet every human fought with relentless determination, refusing to give ground. Lyra's mind raced, devising a plan that relied not just on firepower, but on ingenuity, timing, and human intuition, the very qualities the aliens had never expected from their opponents. With the apex beast now following her subtle commands, she used it as a living battering ram, directing it through asteroid rubble to strike enemy drones, crush energy turrets, and create openings for human ships to penetrate the alien defenses. Explosions rocked space, scattering fragments in every direction, while the cadet squadron weaved expertly through the chaos, targeting weak points in the alien ship's shield generators and weapon systems. Lyra felt the pressure mounting as enemy fighters came at her from all sides, their energy blasts narrowly missing her ship, and yet she moved with precision, each maneuver showcasing human adaptability, courage, and creativity. Her voice cut through the comms, calm and commanding, coordinating her squad to strike simultaneously at the vulnerable points she had identified, turning a chaotic battlefield into a controlled assault. As the alien command ship's shields flickered, threatening to collapse, the alien apex beast roared once more. But now under Lyra's guidance, it became an unstoppable force of controlled fury, tearing through the enemy's hull plating and clearing a path toward the heart of the ship. Human pilots cheered silently in their helmets as the tide of battle shifted, the alien fleet faltering and scattering in disarray, unable to respond effectively to the combined tactics of precision human strikes and the beast's terrifying strength. Lyra, sensing the perfect moment, piloted her ship directly toward the alien command core. Weaving through collapsing corridors, dodging energy beams and debris, every second bringing her closer to victory and danger alike. The apex beast followed faithfully, smashing through barriers and crushing any alien opposition in its path. While Lyra's squadron provided covering fire, taking down drones and turrets that threatened her approach. Inside the alien ship, energy flares lit the dark corridors, reflecting off twisted metal and smoke as Lyra and her small strike team breached the command core chamber. Alien commanders, sensing their defeat, attempted desperate maneuvers, but it was too late. The humans had anticipated every move. Lyra, heart-pounding, engaged the core's control systems, using her training and quick thinking to disable defenses, override security protocols, and destabilize the alien energy grid. The room shook violently as the core began to overload, threatening to collapse the entire ship, but Lyra held her ground, giving precise commands to her team to maintain focus and unity under extreme pressure. Outside, the apex beast howled in triumph and terror, thrashing as the alien vessel buckled, providing the humans with a living shield against retaliatory fire while simultaneously wreaking havoc on the enemy. With a final surge of human ingenuity, the command core was neutralized, sending a chain reaction through the alien ship, and the massive vessel began to break apart, explosions rippling through its structure as it drifted helplessly toward the void. Lyra and her squadron barely escaped, weaving through falling debris, dodging collapsing hull fragments, and witnessing the alien fleet's disarray from a safe distance. The apex beast, now calmer and responding to Lyra's guidance, stood as a symbol of human dominance, its obedience a testament to the cadet's courage and strategy. The surviving alien forces, leaderless and disoriented, retreated into the darkness of space, giving humanity a hard-won, decisive victory. Amidst the wreckage, Lyra and her squadron regrouped, exhausted but triumphant, their eyes reflecting both relief and the scars of battle. They had faced overwhelming odds, powerful foes, and terrifying creatures, yet humanity had prevailed through resilience, intellect, teamwork, and heart. Messages poured in from colonies that had been threatened, their gratitude and awe at human courage filling the comms, and Lyra allowed herself a rare moment of pride and reflection, realizing that the battle had not only been about survival, but about proving that humanity's spirit could overcome even the most fearsome adversaries. The apex beast, once a symbol of destruction, now rested beside her ship, a silent guardian and a reminder that courage and intelligence could tame even the universe's deadliest creations. As the human fleet limped back to friendly territory, battered but alive, the stars beyond seemed brighter, filled with possibilities for exploration, defense, and the endless potential of human ingenuity. Lyra, standing on the bridge of her ship, felt the weight of what they had accomplished and the hope of what lay ahead. They had not only survived, they had demonstrated the extraordinary power of humanity to adapt, fight, and triumph where others might have fallen. The final echoes of battle faded into the silence of space, leaving a lasting testament to human determination, a species small in stature but mighty in spirit, capable of bending the universe to its will with courage, intelligence, and unity, ready to face whatever came next.